Hey there again, Daily Psalms for Hope followers. We're back at it again on this Wednesday, and today we have Psalm 35. It's a long psalm, so we're only going to be focusing on verses 11 through 14. Again, you can read the entire psalm. It's a psalm that David has written concerning his enemies. And so let's look and see what he has to say. Verse 11. It says, "Malicious witnesses rise up. They ask me of things that I do not know. They repay me evil for good. My soul is bereft. But I, when they were sick, I wore sackcloth. I afflicted myself with fasting. I prayed with head bowed on my chest. I went about as though I grieved for my friend or my brother, as one who laments his mother. I bowed down in mourning." The reason I picked this was because it says a lot about David's heart. It says a lot about the compassion that he had, even on his enemies. You know, this week we're focusing in our sermon series, Red Letter Challenge, on forgiveness, and each day there's a devotion on forgiveness, and I thought, you know, that this fits appropriately into this theme because David has a compassionate heart. He has a forgiving heart, and that's one of the recipes for forgiveness, is having compassion. We see this here. He all throughout this psalm, he is asking the Lord to rescue him from these evil thoughts, these evil desires of his enemies, to try to catch him in some wrong, and to pursue and are pursuing him and trying to defame his name and just all sorts of things. David is asking the Lord to rescue him from his enemies. But yet he takes the time to say, but I, when they were sick, I wore sackcloth. I afflicted myself with fasting. I prayed with head bowed on my chest. He grieved as if it was a friend or a brother. And that is hard to do to your enemies, for your enemies. You know, think of the last time someone did something to you and how you felt, for them. And if something bad happened to them, you would probably clap your hands or be glad, saying, they got what they had coming to them. You know, but David doesn't do that. His enemies who are pursuing him, who do not like him and are trying to trap him in many different things, when one of them is sick, he put on sackcloth. He afflicted himself with fasting, and he bowed his head in prayer, asking God to cure them or to help them. And I find this just fascinating. We get to see David's heart, and it's a heart of compassion, and it is a compassion that drives what he is about, and the forgiveness. And any time we are in a position to forgive our enemies, we have to have compassion on them. We have to walk in their shoes and feel what they're feeling, or at least try in a small way, but you know, to do what David did is extremely hard for any of us. And so this is a good one today. And again, it fits into our theme for this week. We're talking about forgiveness, and what better way to employ forgiveness for our enemies by having compassion on them. And so David is modeling that here, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. And hopefully, whoever you have something against, or whoever has done something to you, you can find it in your heart to feel what they're feeling and walk in their shoes, at least for a little bit, to understand that maybe they did that thing to you. Maybe there was a reason. Maybe there was something behind their actions or their words. But to have compassion on them and to not wish bad on them, I think is what David is modeling here. And so that's part of what forgiveness is about. So may God's blessings be upon you this day, and as always, be a blessing whenever and wherever you can. Until the next time.